95 Pounds of Hope, chapters 10 through 13. I didn't go see him at the hospital. Nobody did. It wasn't allowed because the slightest germ could kill him. But I did go to my grandmother's, and I had a shock when I saw her. She looked even more frail and fragile than usual, like a little white mouse engulfed by her blue dressing gown. I was standing like an idiot in the middle of the kitchen when she said, "Go and work, little Gregory. Get the machines working. Touch the tools. Feel the wood. Go talk to his stuff. Tell them he'll be back soon." She was crying silently. I went in and sat down. I crossed my arms over the bench, and at last I let myself cry. I cried all the tears that I had been holding back for so long. How long did I stay like that? An hour? 2? Maybe 3? When I stood up I felt better, as if I had no more tears left to cry, no more misery. I blew my nose in an old glue-stained rag lying on the ground, and that's when I saw the words I had carved into the wood the time I was expelled. Help me. Chapter 11. I got into Great Fields. I didn't feel especially good or bad about it. I was just pleased to get away, to get some fresh air, as Grandpa Leon would have said. I packed my bag and didn't look back when I closed the door to my room. I asked my mother to put the money from Mr. Martineau into my savings account. I no longer felt like spending it. I no longer wanted anything except for what was impossible, and I understood that not everything in life could be bought. My father took advantage of one of his long-distance rounds to drive me to my new school. We both realized that from now on we would go our separate ways. "Call me if you hear anything, okay?" He nodded, then gave me a clumsy hug. "Gregory?" "Yes?" "No, nothing. Try to be happy. You deserve it. You know, I never said this, but I think you're a good guy. A really good guy." And he hugged me hard before getting back into his car. Chapter 12. I wasn't the best in the class. I was even among the worst. If you think about it, actually, I think I was at the bottom. But the teachers seemed to like me. One day Mrs. Verneau, the lit teacher, gave us back our text analysis. I had 6 out of 20. "I hope your banana peeling machine worked better than this," she said with a little smile. I think they liked me because of that letter I had sent. Everyone here knew that I was a lousy student, but that I wanted to do well. On the other hand, in the drawing and technology, I was the king, especially in technology. I knew more than the teacher. When the others couldn't manage to do something, they would come to see me before they asked him. At first, Zhang didn't like it, but after a while he started doing it too. He was always asking my advice. It was really funny. My worst thing was sports. I was always bad at it, but here it showed even more because the others were all good. And what was more, they loved it. I was terrible at everything. I couldn't run or jump or dive or catch a ball, let alone throw it. Nothing. 0. The bottom of the heap. The others joked about it. They would say, "Hey, Dubosc, when are you going to invent a muscle-building machine?" Or, "Watch out, guys, Dubosc is about to jump. Get out the bandages." My mother called every week. At first I would ask her if there had been any news. One day she finally exploded. "Listen, Gregory, stop. Stop asking me that. You know perfectly well that if there were any news I'd tell you right away. I'd rather hear about you, what you are doing, your teachers, your friends, all that stuff." I had nothing to say to her. I forced myself a bit, and then I cut off the conversation. Anything that wasn't about my grandfather didn't matter. Chapter 13. I was okay, but I wasn't happy. I was frustrated at not being able to do anything to help Grandpa Leon. I would have moved mountains for him, cut myself into little pieces, and fried myself up for dinner. I would have taken him in my arms and carried him across the whole world. I would have put up with absolutely anything to save him. But there you are. There was nothing to do but wait. It was unbearable. He had helped me when I needed it most, but what could I do for him? Nothing. Nothing at all. Until the infamous PE class. The dish they served up that day was the rope climb. For me, this was an absolute horror. I had been trying since the age of 6, and I had never managed it. Not once. The knotted rope was my greatest shame. When my turn came, Momo shrieked out, "Come and see Dubosc! He's actually going to try the rope!" I looked to the top of the rope and murmured, "Grandpa Leon, listen to me. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for you. For you. Do you hear me?" At the third knot I was ready to quit, but I gritted my teeth. I pulled on my pathetic, scrawny arms. Fourth knot, fifth knot. I was about to let go. It was too hard. No, I couldn't do that. I had promised. I gulped and pushed on my feet. It was no good. I couldn't make it. That's when I saw them down below. All the guys from my class in a circle. One of them shouted, "Go, Dubosc, you can do it!" So I tried again. Drops of sweat blurred my vision. My hands were on fire. "Dubosc, Dubosc, Dubosc," they chanted to encourage me. Seventh knot. I had to let go. I felt like I was about to faint. Down below they were still chanting for me. "Go, go, go!" They certainly gave me strength, but not enough. There were only 2 knots left. I spat in one palm, then the other. "Grandpa Leon, here I am. Look. I am sending you my strength. I'm sending you my willpower. Take it all. You need it. The other day you sent me your knowledge. Well, now I'm sending you all that I have. My youth, my strength, my breath, my determination, my muscles. Take it, Grandpa Leon. Take it all, I beg you." The skin inside my thighs began to bleed, and my joints were completely numb. Only one more knot to go. Go, go, go! The guys were going crazy. The teacher was shouting loudest of all. I yelled, "Grandpa, wake up!" and caught hold of the top of the pole. Below, celebration broke out. I was crying tears of joy mixed with tears of pain. I let myself slide, half falling to the bottom. Momo and Samuel caught me and hoisted me into the air, yelling, "He's number 1! He's number 1!" Everyone was cheering. I fainted. From that day on, I was a changed man. I became determined, tough. I had a will of iron. I had drunk the magic potion. Every evening after class, instead of going to watch TV, I went walking. I crossed villages, woods, and fields. I walked for ages, breathing slowly and deeply and always thinking, "Take all of this, Grandpa Leon. Breathe in this air, breathe. Smell the earth and the mist. I'm here. I'm your lungs and your breath and your heart. Relax, take it all." It was mouth to mouth by long distance. I ate well and slept a lot, and I went to see the neighbors' horses. I put my hands under their thick, warm manes and murmured, "Take it, it's good for you." One evening my mother called. When the supervisor came to tell me, my heart sank to the depths. "I've got bad news, honey. The doctors are stopping the treatment. It's no good." "You mean he's going to die?" I yelled into the receiver for the whole hall to hear. "Why don't you just switch him off? That way would be quicker." And I hung up. From that day on, I stopped my charade. I went back to playing foosball with the other guys. I worked badly and hardly spoke to anyone. Life disgusted me. In my mind, I felt like he was already dead. When my parents called again, I hung up on them. Then yesterday, a 12th grader came to get me. I was in bed, fast asleep. He shook me in all directions. "Hey there, wake up, buddy." My mouth was all gummed up. "What's happening?" "Hey, are you Toto?" "What are you asking me that for?" I rubbed my eyes, "Because there's this old guy downstairs in a wheelchair, and he's yelling that he wants to see his Toto. He wouldn't by any chance mean you, would he?" Wearing just my shorts, I rushed down the 4 floors, already sobbing like a baby. He was there by the refectory door, with a guy in a white coat next to him. The white coat was holding the IV thing, and Grandpa Leon was smiling at me. As for me, I was crying so much that I couldn't even manage to smile. He said, "You should button up your shorts, Toto. You'll catch cold." And at that, I smiled.